Really should have had this video done earlier, but sometimes people get sidetracked. But I'm talking about the higher self. So if you would think of your quick note, this beginning I'm going to be describing what the higher self is and how that's different from the soul, the spirit. Describe my higher self with an action. You know what I'm saying? Like it's more than just me. It's the thing that I do also that makes me me. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I like to describe it though. It says a different thing. I'm just gonna lay it down on dimensions. The 4D would be the ego, time. The 5D would be your complete self, you know what I'm saying? As the world. 6D is when you're star level conscious. This would be your higher self. This would be your higher self. So it's like that higher state you could be. It's that thing you could be doing, you know, because there's you, and then there's you who's doing this. There's you, the basketball player. There's you, the skateboarder. There's you, the singer. There's you, the writer. There's you, the author. You know what I'm saying? It's more than just you. It's the thing that you do as well. So some people also would say that it's the Christ conscious version of you, although I wouldn't go that far. That more complete version of you up here. You know what I'm saying? It's that higher dimensional self. Do it, or if you do get a chance to see it, you'll see it's just a being of pure light. That's you. And it's just the perfect emanation of you. The spirit would be that space in between, you know, the star and the planet, the space that holds your information, that holds your frequency, that holds your structure, what you use to talk to your higher self. If you look at the soul is the best emanation of you on earth, the higher self is the best version of you possible, so you have to navigate it through the spirit. So if you look at the star and you look at the best version of on earth relative to the sun, you got to go through space where that spirit is. That vacuum, that void of space is the spirit. You know what I'm saying? But you'll talk to it. You talk through the spirit. Okay, so we got like the soul, the oversoul, or the spirit, and the higher self, right? And then the soul exit. The soul exit is just basically your ego. It's of like think of it like the goat you, the Michael Jordan of you. You know what I'm saying? Uh, it's like the best thing you could be while it being you, because then outside of that, you're starting to get into like being other people and stuff. Think of just a better version of yourself. It's a higher self in your regard. So finding a way to talk to this person would be like talking to God, because it's literally the version of you want to be telling you things. So what you want to be is telling you things. But you really do have to go inside and look for yourself, and you got to make sure it's you. It can't be, because it's easy to mix it up for an ideal version of you that's not set in reality versus the real you. You know what I'm saying? And make sure it's like not other people, because sometimes it might be somebody else that you have in your head. You know, some people don't hear their own voice. You gotta go and navigate the dark. You got to leave some part of it dark. Because say if you get rid of all the darkness, there's going to be no mystery left, no unknown. And that's important. It's important that you know yourself, your habits, and what you're not. Because if you have a habit of lying to yourself, obviously you're going to lie to yourself when you answer yourself, or exaggerate, or stretch the truth, or anything to cloud your judgment. And it's really easy to lose track of things. You got two versions of you that exist at the same time, right? They exist inside yourself. It's the way that you see you and the ways that others see you. And these two are fighting inside of yourself. Now, yourself is the real you. Then there's the way that people see you, and then the way that others see you, or you see yourself. These are made out of light, right? These are made out of light because, when people see you, they're seeing you as you was, and then how you see yourself is just how you see yourself. Both of them aren't actually real. And these one are the three. These three are the one. And when you got thoughts in your head, that could be you talking to yourself in the future. You're going to think back to this time when you do this and say something in your head. Would you actually hear that in your head? Because you could just not have the right aim. Because a lot of people lie to themselves, right? A lot of people lie to themselves and say they're this and that. So then when they try to imagine it, it's just way off. So, how exactly would you talk to your higher self? One of the better ways. Imagine you tomorrow, right? What do you be doing? Okay? And as you see this version of yourself, as you imagine yourself, right? Imagine you send some numbers back or tell yourself something of the past. How often have you talked to yourself in different times? Have you ever talked to the younger self of you that was sad when he was younger, or depressed, or anything of that nature to try to calm him down or her down? It's an interesting thing because you could end up getting this back and forth with them. And that's when things really start to just happen. You know what I'm saying? Lack of a better word. Because it's an interesting thing when that happens, And suddenly, there's nobody else in the world who can get as close to you as you can to yourself.